heroin epidemic. Tonight we have an inside look at the battle against smugglers who are moving heroin into the U.S. at alarming rates. Authorities say the drug is increasingly making its way to wealthy suburbs and into the hands of young Americans. We get more tonight from NBC's Mark Potter.
On the Mexican border at the busy port of entry at Nogales, Arizona, we find U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents working day and night, searching cars, trucks, and passengers for hidden contraband.
You gotta think like a criminal at times.
In recent years, they've seen a major spike in heroin smuggling, the traffickers often using desperate measures to avoid detection.
We have had heroin strapped to a child, heroin strapped to a grandmother, heroin, in a stroller.
Drug agents say almost all the heroin now flooding the United States comes through Mexico, usually hidden in vehicles. They're also seeing it being carried from Mexico in backpacks across U.S. ranch land.
I have never seen the amount of heroin that's on the streets of America today.
Yeah, baby, hold on.
On the 2,000-mile-long Mexican border, authorities say there's been a four-fold increase in heroin seizures since 2008. With more than 4,600 pounds last year. The DEA blames the surge on increased Mexican cultivation of opium poppies used to make heroin. Officials say most of it is processed in remote mountain areas by the powerful Sinaloa drug cartel. Even more heroin comes in from Colombia, South America. Together, those loads are trucked to the border, then moved throughout the United States, where the latest estimate shows 669,000 Americans use heroin, many of them young people in well-to-do suburbs.
This heroin issue is really across all the demographics, rural, suburban, urban, and certainly different economic strata.
Authorities say the heroin surge is directly linked to the widespread abuse of prescription painkillers in this country. As agents crack down on pills, the price goes up, and heroin, much cheaper and more powerful, fills the void. That's exactly what's happening in Tucson, just an hour north of the border, and one of the first stops along the U.S. heroin route.
That's when I became a heroin addict.
At Cope Community Services, more and more addicts are coming in for support and treatment.
Most people who become addicted and dependent on opiates cannot get away from the opiate dependency on their own without treatment.
It doesn't take long to get it.
Outside the facility, recovering addict Ezekiel Alvarez tells us Tucson streets are now filled with heroin for sale.
And I just heard earlier this morning that somebody was selling it, so I can be able to cop if I wanted to right now.
Just a block or so away?
Just a few blocks away.
A heroin boom here and heading north into the bloodstream of America. Mark Potter, NBC News, Tucson, Arizona.
And when we come back, meet the newest foodies coming to a street